Hello, everyone. Good morning to you. Morning to you from wherever you are streaming from wherever you're joining us from. It's good to have you in today's session. Thank you so much for joining. It's really a great opportunity to have you join this session. Yeah, so we welcome you wherever you're joining us from, Nigeria, Africa, and beyond. Even after this webinar's record will be shared. So wherever you are going to be watching us from, we welcome you. My name is Joseph Jeremiah, and I'm going to be your moderator for today's impactful session. Trust me, we are thrilled to have you join us this morning for this session, and we're going to be talking about powering finance with the right tools, the strategy stack for high-performance finance operations. I'd just like to make us use the chat box over here. Just help with your name and where you're joining us from. So we can just make that happen and then let's just exchange greetings. So yeah, I can see a lot of people have joined already. I would just like you to use the chat box to share your name and where you're joining us from so that we can acknowledge your presence with us here. All right, we can quickly do that in a couple of seconds, right? We are thrilled to have you here at Avetium Consult. Please use the chat box to drop your emoji of excitement. Thank you. Yeah, I see it's coming. All right, I can see Afola Shadi and Jory. All right, so yeah, you can just use the chat box to tell us where you're joining us from as well as your location. Thank you, Victor. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, awesome. Let it keep coming. Let it keep coming. Just your name and your location, where you're joining us from. Thank you so much for joining. So today's session, we're going to be diving into a powerful conversation, powering finance with the right tools, the strategy stack for high-performance finance operations. In less than 90 minutes, we're going to be discovering practical tools, proven frameworks, and real strategies that can actually help you to transform the way your finance operates, right? And then by the time you start applying this framework, by the time you start applying the strategies, by the time you start putting them into play, I'm very sure that you are going to achieve that efficiency you have always been longing for. And trust me, this session will help you challenge how you see your finance operations. Yeah. So, all right, thanks for joining. I can see Anjori is joining us from Lagos, Nigeria. Awesome. So great to have you in today's session. Welcome once more. We're excited to have you. All right, so quickly before we dive into today's business, we would like to just share a few housekeeping rules, and we'd like you to actually stay fully present from the beginning to the end of this session. Trust me, you would not want to miss any part of this session. We'd like to have a dedicated session for question and answers at the end where we can have our questions come in. I'm very sure by the time our facilitator comes in now, you will have a lot of knowledge to actually pick from. And then this will definitely push some questions from your hand too. All right, so this session is going to be very, very interactive, and it's an interactive space. And I would like you to share your inputs, and then let's just make this richer. Let us make it better and then more interactive. If you're just joining us, please, I would like you to just still use the chat box. If you are just joining, I think we have a lot of people on the session already. So please just use the chat box to tell us where you're joining us from, your name and where you're joining us from. Thank you so much for joining. Avetium Consult is a business process outsourcing and a business technology solution organization. So we help organizations to build systems, help them with the right technology to streamline the operations, their activities, and then all of this is just to help with your business transformation in terms of maximizing your efficiency and then helping you focus more on your business. And then while we help you handle the technology aspects, just to make life much easier for you. Our business is actually divided into two different arms, the technology aspect and then that of the outsourcing. So under the technology aspect of our business, we have enterprise solutions. We provide applications, we provide systems, we provide technologies that's going to help you to fast track your operation, help you to streamline your operation, help you maximize your output in terms of your workflow, in terms of your process, The technology aspect of our business covers enterprise solutions where we provide you with ERPs, with finance applications, HR applications, and lots more under your business operations, right? As we all know that we have different departments within our organization. So we are trying to tell you that we have tools, we have systems in place that can help you optimize your processes, that can help you streamline them, and then make you achieve maximum capacity with respect to productivity. Yeah, it covers unified communication as well, where we help to bring together the right technology to help you with your communication in terms of you communicating with your customers, the customer support. We provide applications that helps you to manage your customer. And then we have core IT solutions. We have data security. We have IT service management solutions that helps you to, streamline all of your activities from your IT to your data security, and then that of managed services. We help you to manage the end-to-end aspect of your business, building the right technology, helping you with the right workflow to ensure that you actually get efficiency, bring about efficiency in terms of business operations, right? So, and then the outsourcing aspect, we have contact center as a service. Our CAS service equally covers we helping you with the right technology, helping you with the right workforce, helping you with the right infrastructure you need to actually put in place for your customer support. So you can outsource your contact center to us. We'll help you with the right people, the right infrastructure for you, to have the right technology to be put in place for you to have a standardized contact center. So we equally have workforce management. We help you to bring in the right talents, right talents that will help you to maximize productivity when it comes to your organization operations, right? Managed services as well as IT outsourcing and consulting. So this is just what Avetium does, and even beyond, there are still a lot of opportunities out there within the technology framework that you might possibly have challenge with. So this is just to tell you that we bring in tools, we bring in the right people, we bring in the right technology, we bring in the right infrastructure to ensure that we transform your business. So your business is not just going to remain the same again. Trust me. So before we dive into the main business of the day, I'm sure you are excited about this already. Yeah. So before we dive into the main business of the day, I'd like to just give a brief about our major facilitator today. Yeah. Don't forget, our area of discussion today is centered on finance, business finance, the tools and strategies that helps businesses to transform their financial operations. So this is just the right platform. This is just the best place for you to be now. If you are a finance person, if you are a business leader, you are part of the top management of the organization, trust me, this is the right session for you to join right now, because we are going to be diving into creative strategies. We're going to diving into technologies that will help you streamline your operations, strategies and technologies that will help you, fast track your operation, make life much easier for you. All right. So with me today is our facilitator, Olamilekan Bello, ACA, MBA. I'm just going to give a brief about our facilitator, and trust me, it's going to be an exciting moment today, and it's really going to be insightful. All right. So Olamilekan is a seasoned finance professional known for turning finance functions into strategic growth drivers. As a finance manager at Avetium Consult Limited, he oversees end-to-end operations, embedding strong internal controls, ensuring statutory compliance, and building systems that deliver speed, accuracy, and better decisions. With experience across audit, tax advisory, and management accounting in multiple industries, Olamilekan brings a rare 360-degree understanding of how finance actually works, from back office to the boardroom. And then he has led a lot of processes when it comes to overalls, when it comes to streamlined reporting, and then deployed technologies that removes inefficiency while strengthening compliance. As an expert in terms of finance, is equally well-driven in terms of Zoll finance suite and modern finance tools as well. So he helps organizations to design agile, insight-driven operations that scale. Trust me, in this session, is going to be sharing with us practical strategies that will help finance leaders actually move faster, stay compliant, and then deliver lasting impact. Join me today as I welcome facilitator for today's session, Olamilekan Bello. Please, I'd just like you to use the chat box to just express how much you are really excited about today's session. You can use the chat box to welcome our facilitator for today's session. Thank you so much. Yeah, we have emojis right here too that you can use. Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Awesome. Thank you for joining. So the floor is yours now, Olamilekan Bello. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning, everyone, and thank you, Jeremiah. I would have said thank you for the brief introduction, but that's beyond brief, but maybe that's all good. Okay, so thank you, everyone. And I also want to believe that everyone here has this impact relating to finance. I know we have people that they are the finance personnel from different industries and also different organizations. And I would like us to walk through this webinar together. So the webinar objective, we'll be talking about the operational gaps the finance team face today, which is a major concern for every finance person here. And we'll also look into the finance strategy stack that streamlines operations. And when we talk about tools that ensures the compliance and boosts performance, we'll also be talking about that. And also actionable steps for finance transformation. So these 4 points is what we'll be walking through this webinar. And I would like everyone to walk through me in this journey. So let's probably do like a reality check. So it is said that 60% of CFOs say fragmented systems slow them down weekly. And regardless of being a CFO, I can assure you that even as we are in this webinar, there are some of us that we feel that system actually slows us down weekly, based on our business operation. And when we look at it, the current stats, 72% of the finance leader are increasing spend on automation tools this year. We have seen the importance of using it, so we've seen the importance of automation, and businesses are ready to spend more on this and to boost their operational efficiency. So when you look at the slide, we have the finance operation crisis. Looking at the diagram here, I'm sure each and every one of us can pinpoint our current stand. Each and every one of us can pinpoint our current stand to what we are looking at. In terms of the manual processes, we can see that as we work, we have some of us that we still go through these manual processes, and it causes a lot of problem, especially at month-end basis. When you also look at disconnected systems, we have some of us that, we're creating solutions, we use Excel, we use this, and when it comes to month-end, you just find it difficult to connect the dots and have like a proper reporting dashboard. And if you look into compliance uncertainty, when you put yourself back and you engage more on manual processes, it gives you uncertainty to align with regulatory obligations. So because you don't have to, when you have like last minute, you have to start preparing the likes of VAT, where we have the deadline. That's when you start bringing data all together, and and which could cause you penalty in terms of the regulatory obligations. And when we have poor integration, some of us might be using some applications in terms of, posting our daily transaction, but we have different applications and they don't speak to each other. And what this will cause is when you have a poor integration, your data don't speak to each other. And by the time you get to the month end, it's difficult for you to come up with, like a dashboard or a reporting that brings all your business operation under one umbrella. And having that, it gives you a poor visibility to your business operations. And I can tell you for a fact that if you experience one of all these things, it also limits scalability of your business operation. So I want to believe we all go through all this. When you use the manual process. Now let's look at this slide. This slide talks about yesterday's finance and the modern finance. I'm sure looking at this, I would like each and every one of us to look at this and see where you fit. This will also guide you to say that, okay, it looks like I'm in yesterday's finance, and what will it take for me to go to the modern finance? So when you look at yesterday's finance, these are things that just, we have accountants or bookkeepers that all we just do is just put transactions. We could just post transactions. Most of the time we have reactive compliance because we don't have a tool, we don't have the right tool to make us more efficient or get a reporting at when due or get a real-time reporting, and we engage in manual processes. Manual processes will cause you to be reactive in terms of your dealings in your business operation. So, but when you look at the modern finance, this gives you the strategic insight drivers. And you can only achieve this when you have a proper accounting software or a tool that you use for business, which allows you to have like a real-time insight or a real-time dashboard. So, and having a real-time dashboard gives you the leverage for predictive decision making. You have the opportunity to decide today, okay, based on today data, I can see what our business operation is saying, and I can make decision with that. And it makes you a proactive, compliant person. So when you have your data in real time, if it's time for you to do transaction relating to regulatory bodies, it's easy for you to pull reports from the system, and you can easily work something out within a minute or an hour. And when you engage in modern finance, you have what we call the automated workflow. We have a lot of people that how they do their work, they just work, and people are not connected. You see a lot of people, they are in the finance space and they don't even understand, they don't know how they connect to each other. So, but when we have a system, this system connects everyone together, regardless of your role in that finance space. And the possibility of that is through the automated workflows, where everything go hand in hand, which means end-to-end transaction has a proper workflow. And we also have a cross-functional partner. Finance deals with every department. I'm sure we can both agree on that. Finance deals with every department, and we want a system whereby we'll be able to speak to different departments. You don't have to go to other departments to get data, because the reason why we are choosing a tool is for us to make decision, and we should be able to get every data as long as it pertains to the business operation and has a cost implication. So we have that opportunity on the modern finance. So I want you to look at this and come from the angle to how it fits to yesterday finance or the modern finance. As for me, I fit to the modern finance. I don't know about you guys though. So that being said, I want us to go through this poll so that we can make this webinar an interactive section. So I want you to look at what's holding finance team back the most today. So just ask yourself this question. You are in the finance team, or if you are not in the finance team, you have a finance team in your organization. Ask this question: what's holding your finance team back the most? Is it too much manual work? Is it scattered tools and data? Is it slow, error-prone reporting or compliance headache? So I want us to go through this and give a response to this so that we can make this a webinar interactive. So I want us to, I want people to drop their comments, respond to the poll, and let's see the perspective from everyone. Okay. I can see people, this is serious. So I can see that a lot of votes comes from too much manual work, which shows that a lot of us are still in yesterday's finance. Because for too much manual work to lead this poll, it means a lot of us still do a lot of things manually, which gives concern. And we have people scatter tools and data. That's correct. So it's beyond you having a tool. It's beyond you saying you have a tool that you use in your finance. how integrated, how do these two speak to one another is very, very important. And also slow error prone reporting. Of course, you have this when you have too much manual work. Okay, trying to see if we have more people voting. We have 49 people here, just 23 people have voted. I want us to vote more so that we can have like a factual response from everyone. If you have not voted, you can do that. Okay, more people are voting. So from what I've seen from this poll, it shows that a lot of us are still using manual work, which means we do a lot of manual work in our business space, which is more of a concern, which means, okay, like I said, everyone, majority of us here are still on yesterday's finance. So thank you for the poll. So let's move forward. So I'll be talking about the finance strategy stack overview. And this comprises of 3 layers, which is the core accounting and compliance, and with the second layer, which is the operational efficiency, and while the third, which is the strategic intelligence. So I want you guys to work with me with these 3 layers that talks about the strategy stack. So starting with the core accounting and compliance. You know, being in an accounting space, it is important that you understand the core accounting and compliance. This is where the skill comes from. To say, for you being in the modern finance, you need a tool. You know, we need a tool, and for us to have a tool, we also need a user that understands the tool. Yeah, and which is why the core accounting and compliance is very, very important. This is the foundation. You know, without accuracy and statutory compliance, everything else looks risky. So it is important that we get this, or we have a proper understanding of this, even while moving from yesterday finance to the modern finance. Accuracy is non-negotiable. Data integration, you know, data integrity, I mean, across all ledgers and journals. So as an accountant, you need to understand what this means. You need to understand that you need to put this at the back of your mind, that data integrity across all ledgers and journal is very, very important. And with the right tools and the right integration, this is very feasible to achieve. Reconciliation are consistent, timely, and traceable. So when you port into the modern finance, it is easy for you to reconcile because you have an accounting software, you have an accounting tool where you can use to post your transaction. You know, you can trace transaction back, and it is easy for you to see the trend or the trail of this transaction. Statutory alignment is also something that this accounting tool will assist in. You know, it allows you to meet all local regulatory requirements, just like the e-invoicing. We have an update on the e-invoicing where the government are saying that for you to have, you need to have a tool that will be able to generate an e-invoicing or will meet that standard. We have a lot of people that what they do is they just write down an invoice in the paper and scan it and all. Such will not be accepted. You need an invoice that is system generated, and this is what an accounting software is going to do for you. The likes of VAT and PAYE, the system allows you to meet these regulatory requirements. Staying audit ready 24/7. I'm sure a lot of us understand what this means. You know, audits, statutory audit is something that is common to the finance people or even an organization at large. There is a time where our auditors come to the business for audits, and despite you doing your day-to-day activity, you see them telling you, oh, we need a schedule for this, we need this, you need to get this, there is a timeline and all. But when you use an accounting software, when you use a tool, it's easy for you to like export all these sheets and schedule, and within an hour, it's easy for you to respond to the auditor's request. Not just during audit season. You could have different reasons why you like to, you know, export your data or see your data just to aid decision making. So that will also guide you in that. And when we talk about centralized financial record, from the poll we did last, I can see some people are saying scattered tool and data. It is very important. It goes beyond you just having a tool. Yeah, what is important is you have a centralized financial record where you can see all your finance data under a unified place, which means one unified accounting environment. Instead of you having multiple disjointed spreadsheets or tools, they all have to speak to one another. They have to do that so that you can have an overview or a dashboard that gives you an overview of your business operation. So now looking at operational efficiency, we've talked about core accounting and compliance. So we've talked about the importance of you going to the modern finance, and which requires you having an accounting tool or a solution and accounting package. So it goes beyond you having an accounting software in your organization. You know, a lot of people will say that, oh, we are using an accounting software, but you know, it's just there's just so much work, there's just so much to do. So now it means it goes beyond you just having an accounting software. You need to know how to use this software in an efficient way, because it is when you do this that you have an operational efficiency in your business. And one of the ways that you can do something like this is through automation. So when you have an accounting software, you need to go beyond just having an accounting software. You need to put an automation in place. You know, if you're an accountant and you do a day-to-day activity, you know what you do on a daily basis. You see how you have a routine, if I can put it that way. You have a routine, and this routine is constant. There is a way you can tell the system to assist you to do all this without your intervention. You understand the routine. You just put an automation. This gives you the opportunity to use your time for other things, or make you more efficient and apply your time for other things. Approvals and workflow is another important thing we need to look at when we have a system. We have a lot of people that, oh, they raise, or there's a requester, or they initiated a process, and they'll be like, oh, I want to go to the MD's office, I want to go to my manager's office to go and sign physical signature. You don't need all that when you use a system. There is an approval level that can be implemented on your accounting package, where when you initiate, it goes directly to your manager. They can approve. And if you have a multi-level approval also, this is something that can also be done, where you have the first level approval, then the second level approval, till it gets to the final stage. This gives you the opportunity to clear digital approval chains, no bottlenecks. You know, you don't need to wait for physical signature. And another important part in operational efficiency is the integration. We've talked about how a lot of things need to speak to one another. So in an accounting space, we have different things that you work with. We have the payroll, we have the inventory, we have the like. So when you have an accounting software, it is important that there are people that handle the inventory parts, there are people that handle the invoice parts. We have other people also handling the expense part. But regardless of where you fit in, there should be a centralized place for you to see all your business operation performance. And for you to do that, you need to integrate all these modules to speak to one another. So, and which the integration is a key thing to you using an accounting software. And lastly, the mobility. Mobility is a key thing. You know, we have different industries and we have different customer behavior from this industry. You can agree with me that we have some customers that can reach out to you even beyond close hour. They will reach out to you, they will bring business to you and all. And sometimes it's difficult for you to say things like, oh, we've closed and that's it. So, but when you have an accounting software that gives you that easy access to even do business anywhere you are, or you know, you don't have to be at the office for you to be able to, you know, see your record or post transaction to your business operation. So which means you could access your business operation through your phone, through your laptops. Yeah. And when you look at what McKinsey said, he said, a future that works, automation, employment, and productivity. we found out with this stat that 60% of finance tasks can be automated with existing technologies, which can reduce manual workload for transactional processes by 30 to 50%, depending on adoption. So you can see that with automation, with approval levels, with integration, this makes your department more efficient and you can access your business anywhere you are. So looking at the last or the third layer of this, which is the strategic intelligence, we keep talking about core accounting. We'll talk about business or operational efficiency. So there is a purpose why we've pinpoint the core accounting and compliance and also the business operation, because the end goal is for you to make the right decision. And for you to make decision, you need intelligence. And intelligence works with data. And that's the reason why we've started from the core accounting back to the operational efficiency, because we don't want to do garbage in, garbage out. And that's why we start from that. When you post your transaction the right way, it gives you a proper reporting, which will aid in strategic intelligence. And that's why from the strategic intelligence, you can see real-time reporting, dashboard that updates instantly as transaction occurs. You have people, we could talk about manufacturers. Maybe you produce bread and all, and you notice that your sales went up in a particular week and you need to know why. So if you don't have the visibility of a real-time reporting, you won't even see what's going on in your business. And from there, you'll be able to make decisions such as, oh, the reason why we have more sales in week one is because, or maybe most of the our children are in holiday, and when children are at home, they buy more bread and all. So this would give rise to the increase in demand in bread and all of stock. So you can use that to plan yourself for the second week. So not that you just see that, oh, we have an increase in sales, and it gets to the end of the month for you to know why. So that's one of the things that real-time reporting will assist in. And by having a real-time reporting, it also helps you to plan, forecast. And that's the benefit of having a real-time reporting. And it gives you the opportunity or the leverage to make insight-driven decisions. So by the time you have all this real-time reporting, you'll be able to spot revenue leaks, track performance by product line and all, as the case may be, based on the industry you fall into. And data enablement, yeah. So secure rule-based access for other departments. We've talked about how intelligence is important. Intelligence goes beyond finance. Yeah, it's something that we combine using even finance record. It just happens to be that finance be the custodian of this data, even from different departments. And so, which means having a data enablement, it gives you that opportunity that whatever other departments are doing, you have the access. So when you've integrated all these your tools, it all comes back to one umbrella, which is the finance dashboard. And this gives you opportunity to see your business performance, even from sales, HR, and operation points of view. So that being said, so we've talked about the three layers for the stack. So I want us to also look at this poll so that we can also streamline this to what we do in our day-to-day activity. So let's look at it. If you could fix just one thing in your finance operations right now, what would that be? We've talked about so many things. We did the last poll and a lot of people gave the challenges they have, the things they have that made them fall to yesterday's finance. So looking at this, if you had to change one thing, I'm sure some of us will even change more than one, but that's fine. But if you are to change one thing in your finance operation right now, what would that be? So I want us to engage this poll. Let's start voting. Will it be one platform for everything that you like to change? Smart decision with insights, built-in compliance, building scalable workflow, or it could be others, as the case may be. So I want us to look at this. Let's engage the poll. Okay. Okay. I can see through this poll that a lot of what we've been talking about, the the impact is coming or is showing through this poll, I can see the majority vote is one platform for everything. It's really a concern for you not to have an accounting software, but it's even more concern for you to have, and you have, scattered data or tools, and, people don't even speak to one another and all. So through the votes, I can see majority suggesting that they would like change, or they would like to have one platform for everything and smart decisions with insight. Exactly, because that's the purpose of having an ERP, is the purpose of having an accounting software. You want to see your business at a glance to aid the decision. So, and that's what I've taken over this poll. All right, so thank you. And this poll has given me an understanding of what a majority of us in this session go through, the challenges we have. And looking at that, I want us to look at the two categories for high performance finance stack. Yeah, so we've talked about accounting software. We keep talking about accounting software, a tool and all. So one of the tools to be said in this session is Zo1, which you all know. So Zo1 is an ERP that has over 40 plus application, which even an accounting software is inclusive. And we as in Avetium, we provide these tools for you, and Avetium being the only advanced partner in Zo. Yeah, advanced partner. It's not easy being the only advanced partner in a country. So it takes a lot of buzz, it takes a lot of skills, expertise for you to be the only advanced partner in Nigeria. So which means we have all it takes to change your struggle, to change all your pain and bring in a solution and take you or scale your business to where you intend to be. And looking at that, one of the applications we have in Zo1 is the Zo Books. Zo Books is the part that speaks to the finance people, and which the accounting software, the tools we'll be talking all along is the Zo Books. We have the invoicing system in Zo Books. This talks about how you can raise invoice, how you can send reminders to customers, yeah, how you can even have an e-generator. You can be compliant in terms of the e-invoices because it's system generated. So that's what Zo Books is going to give you. We have a lot of people talking about manual work and all. So there are some things that the reason why you are getting overwhelmed is not because the work is too much for you. It's because you don't have the right tools. It's because you are not doing the right thing. So people talk about being effective, which is doing the right thing. Yeah. So, but sometimes it goes beyond you doing the right thing. It goes beyond that and take you to doing things right. And doing things right is what talked about efficiency. And this is the reason why you need to have Zo Books. So when you have system and you raise invoice, you don't have to be the one to send reminder to your customers. You can automate that on the system. And doing that, it gives you the opportunity to be more efficient. It gives you the opportunity to use your time for other things. And that's what invoicing system in Zo Books is going to do for you. And we talk about payroll and people management. So we keep talking about ERP and how your tools should speak to one another. We can both agree that in the finance space, we have the invoicing part, we have the payroll part. So we have what we call Avetium payroll. Avetium have its own payroll that's developed using the Nigerian tax law. We've used that, and we have an Avetium payroll that assists you in your payroll preparation, and it reduces stress, it automates salary processing, deductions, statutory filing and all. We have a lot of people that they work in the HR or finance department that when they have new staff, they have to be the one to start calculating this deduction. They have to be the one to calculate payee, and all this can cause error. But when you have an accounting, when you have a solution as Avetium payroll, it reduces that burden of stress trying to do most of us could have up to 1,000 staff. How do you vet, or how do you start checkmating what you've done for 1,000 staff? But with Avetium Payroll, this gives you that opportunity to do that seamlessly. And not just having an Avetium Payroll. The good thing about Avetium Payroll is that it's going to be integrated with your Zoho books, which means whatever you do in Avetium Payroll, it comes to your Zoho books. You know, at the end of the day, as a finance person, when you are done with payroll, you get to pass journals. Yeah. So the Avetium Payroll will push the journal to you. All you need to do is to just review, and you publish your journal, and everything is going to be seamless, and they all speak to each other. So when we also talk about the expense management is also a module in the Zoho book. This helps you to track it tracks spend in real time with digital approval, based on your business operations or your business process, where you have an initiator, you have a procurement to make, someone have to approve it, they confirm if it aligns with your budget and all based on that. So you have all that workflow can be set on Zoho books, where you have the process end to end. And the books, which is integrated with different module, just like I've said, the likes of the invoicing, the expense, the payroll, the inventory, you have all that, and they speak to one another. And when you look through your Zoho books, you'll be able to generate reports. You'll be able to centralize your financial data for a single source of truth, which allows you to generate instant and accurate report for faster decision making. And we also have the likes of business intelligence and analytics. You know, intelligence, just like the third layer of the financial stack that I stated earlier, it's a very, very key part, not just to the top management, to also the middle and even any level of staff. Because as a staff, you like to know what you do, the impact of what you do. You have to see the impact. If you are a data entry or you put data, you can't just be the traditional accountant and just post things and just leave it at that. You need to know the impact of what you do and how it reflects and how it comes in a reporting way to aid decision making. And this is what Zoho Books is going to give you. You have various reports in Zoho Books. You have reports relating to invoicing, reports relating to expense, to payroll, to inventory, even down to statutory, to your tax and all. You can put all manners of reports. You even have the business ratios, being embodied in these Zoho books, that allows you to look at the business from different performance ratios. And the likes of the ERP system. We keep talking about Zoho books. Having an ERP, just like I said earlier, which is the Zoho one. The Zoho one gives you the opportunity to have different application that brings all departments together, that allows the sales, the HR, and different departments to speak to one another. And you can see the feedback from this department through the Zoho books. So that being said, we've talked about accounting software and the tools. And so now it boils down to how Avetium builds connected finance system to you. At Avetium, we help organizations to design their finance tech stack, so which allows us to integrate system. It allows us to not just provide accounting software to you. We have to make the accounting software to be impactful to you and make you more efficient while being a user of this accounting software. And how we do that is through the automation and also the visibility and intelligence, because the purpose of you having an accounting software is to get your data, and not just data, to convert your data to an information, because you need an information to make precise decisions. And this is what Zoho Books is going to do for you, and it will also assist in your compliance. So as whole, we can say that what we plan to do is to have like a finance integrated ecosystem where everything speaks to one another, from the accounting parts, the payroll, the inventory, the expense, analytics, and also compliance. So I want us to look at this customer insights. So Just like we have a lot of finance personnel in this webinar, through the polls, we've seen that we have a lot of challenges. People have different challenges, and it was obvious through the poll. And I can tell you for a fact that we have customers that are in your shoes also, that they've come to Avetium, that they brought these challenges. And one of the challenges from a professional service or a consulting company, it's how they have challenges in month-end reporting. They have their month-end takes them 10 or more days just to get their reporting. And these delay strategic decisions. And when you look at it from the retail industry, we have people that they keep doing manual payroll, just like I said, they have manual payroll. You could have about 1,000 employees, and you have to keep doing all these things manually. Even when you dive down to the software as a service industry, you have the finance team complaining that they can't even keep up with the growth. There is more transaction, and the head counts of your staff are not increasing. That's why you keep saying the finance people, they are always overwhelmed, and there is a lot of transaction coming up. So what we've been able to do is that we have these challenges and we provide solution. So when you look at it from a professional service point of view, we provided solution to integrate an accounting software, which is the Zoho Books, and we also configured that. We make sure that all their applications in terms of the expense speak to one another. So having Zoho Books solve literally almost all your problem for someone coming from yesterday's finance. So for you to be in a modern finance, you need Zoho Books to achieve. And by providing such solutions, the outcome of this is we have a lot of them coming back that, they could now spool their month-end reports within 3 days. And when you even say 3 days, because if you can get your report in real time, it means all you need to do is just review your reports, maybe day 1, day 2, give or take the 3rd or the 2nd day. You can spool a report and you can have a real-time dashboard for your management. And when you also look at the retail industry, the solution we've provided is we provided Avetium Payroll. And what we've done with this Avetium Payroll is that we've integrated the Avetium Payroll with your Zoho Books, where the Avetium Payroll help you to automate your payroll processes end to end. Even if you have high headcounts of staff, it also gives you the opportunity to just upload, and the system will generate all the breakdown at once. And what these have done is that's given 80% reduction in your payroll errors and also faster salary disbursement. These are the feedback from customers in this industry. When you look at the startup, the software as a service, so what we've been able to do is we keep talking about having a tool, so it goes beyond you having Zoho Books. So what we provided is we automated their routine tasks, just like I said, so that it will make them more efficient. We have someone that say, I do this, and it's not allowing me to even focus on other things. So what we've done is we try to identify their recurring tasks, their routine, and we automated that process. That gives the staff the opportunity to have enough time to even be more efficient and you don't need to increase your staff if the current staff have more time and based on the automation. So what these have done is that's giving 2 times transaction volume handled with no additional hires. So you can even do more without even getting more staff. So Avetium as your partner in business and finance transformation. So what we are trying to say is Avetium, we bring strategy, system, expertise together to turn your finance into a growth engine. So the plan is we'll design a tailored future-ready finance operation. You could come from the financial institution, the retail industry, the manufacturing. What we do is we make sure that we have a one-on-one section with you, and we understand your business operation, because if we don't understand your challenge, there's no way we'll provide a solution to you. So you walk us through what you go through currently. With that, we'll be able to design a tailored future-ready finance operation for you. And what we also do is we implement and integrate the best-in-class financial tools or the finance tools for you based on your business operation. And we also provide hands-on expertise. You know, just like I said, we are the only advanced partner in Nigeria. And for us to get to that point, it means we have the skill, we have the technical know-how, and we have the expertise to get to that point. And that's what we are going to provide to you as your partner. And ongoing optimization will also be included, whereby you have an end-to-end support. We'll work with you with this journey, and that's what we are going to do. Let us apart. Why is Avetium different? Fine. You've said it, you are the only advanced partner in Nigeria, but what makes you different? And what makes us different is that we sell solution and not just technology. So when we come to you and tell you that you need a solution, you need Zoho books, yeah, we don't just sell you the technology. We don't just say, okay, you need to buy Zoho books, and that's just it. We'll walk you through the journey. We'll provide solution, which means we understand your problem, and we provide, or we understand your challenge, as the case may be, and we provide solutions to you. We'll walk you through the journey end to end, and we'll also ensure that every solution addresses a real business need. And through the consultation we have with you that give us the opportunity to understand the challenges you go through, this will give us a leverage for us to provide solution that addresses your real-time business need. And we don't throw technology at problems. So when you come to us that you have challenges, this and that, we don't just say, oh, okay, for you to have such challenges, just get Zoho books, just get this. No, it goes beyond that. We engage you as partners, not vendors or hawkers. So what we do is we are partners, and we provide solution, and we work with you, and we support you end to end, even from an efficient way, so that we can scale you, because the more you grow as a business, the better for us as your partner. So I want us to look within our organization, or we look within our space or our department, and identify, just like the poll I've said, we have challenges we all go through, and there are a lot of things we would like to change from our department or organization. So I want you to look into that. Let's power your finance operation the smart way, because as a finance person, I'm sure you should be bothered that you are still in yesterday's finance, because it's more like a delulu phase. It makes you feel like you are doing something, yeah, and it's like a movement, a motion without movement. Yeah, so that's what it means. So for you to come to the modern finance, I want you to book a free consultation with us today, so that we can assist or be your partner to scale your business. Thank you, everyone.
All right. Thank you so much for such an insightful session. That was really amazing. It was really great presentation. Thank you so much. It's now getting to the era where you need to understand what is really going on out there. This is the modern world, and you need to tap into this new dispensation in terms of tools, in terms of strategies, in terms of how you operate within the finance space, and generally your business at large. Right. So this is just something that you need to really focus on. Your finance team has to be empowered. They have to be empowered with the right tools, with the right strategies, to streamline their operations. So thank you so much once again to our facilitator for joining, and to our attendees currently on today's session. We say thank you for joining. So right about now, okay. Oh, I was even about to jump into the aspect of question and answers. All right. So yeah, if you have questions that you'd like to ask, I think Stephen already dropped a question in the chat box. All right. Thank you so much for joining us, Stephen. Yeah. So to everyone on this session currently, if you have questions to ask, and even if you don't want to drop them right here, if it's something that you feel that you need to, talk to us in person, or you need to actually reach out to us via our channels, you can simply do that. We're going to get to that stage where we're going to share our details with you, so you can reach out to us. If you have questions that you'd like us to address, our facilitator is still very much available for you to answer those questions. So let's quickly pick the one from Stephen. So Stephen said, hello, Mr. Bello, thank you. All right. So how does this work for an entrepreneur with no staff, yet they want to be accountable for some challenges? Awesome. This question is just such an inspiring question, because I feel most entrepreneurs, they don't really know they don't really have the right direction in terms of next steps when it comes to finance, when it comes to managing finance and accountability. So I'll just throw that question to our facilitator for today. So how does the whole of this, how does it work for an entrepreneur that does not have staff yet, and then definitely wants to be accountable for some challenges?
All right, thank you. That's Steven. I'm happy to even see a question like that, because over time I've realized that I've been trying to let people know that being in the finance space is an opportunity as a person. Yeah, because either we like it or not, what the finance people do, everyone is going to engage in that skill. You need to have an idea of what it means to be a finance person, because be it from you working for someone, being an entrepreneur, or being a partner, business partner, you need to understand how a business works from a finance point of view. So it goes beyond you being an entrepreneur. You don't need to have a staff. As a person, I spend money, and I want to believe everybody spend money. There's no one in this room that doesn't spend or make money or earn money. So it's something that, as long as you have fund with you, there is a way you have to be accountable. You need to understand how you plan yourself and how you spend this money and make decision. And for you to be able to do that, you need to have where you can keep a proper record and have an insight in how you can make such decision. So as an entrepreneur, you also need something like Books. You need an accounting software like Book that keeps track of what you do. Because for you to scale to the next level, or for you to grow your business, you need to understand the reason why your business is where it is today. You need to know where you are coming from, and you need to know where you are. And by doing that, these tools is going to provide that to you, so that it can take you to where you need to be. So it is important you have a tools like this to guide you, yeah, so that you keep. This tool is more like the strategy for you to get a solution, the 5 whys. I don't know if any of us knows about the 5 where you keep asking yourself why, so that you get to the root cause of something before you can provide a solution to it. So it is important that as an entrepreneur without a staff, it is still important you keep track of your business operation, and you also need Books.
All right, thank you for that. You can actually reach out to us. You can connect with us. I'm going to share some details after the Q&A session, so that we can help you out with some of these challenges that you facing. All right, so we have another question from Victor. Yeah, so Victor said you mentioned automation, visibility, and compliance, and which layer actually usually delivers results the fastest. So I'll throw that to you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Victor, for that question. And looking at what you said, you mentioned automation, you mentioned visibility and compliance. So the truth is, automation will give you the result faster, and because most of it are dependent to one another. When you have a system, when you have an accounting software, or you have a tool that you are working on, yeah, when you put an automation, or you integrate, or you implement your system, your business operation, in a way that you automate some of your processes, this will make your business operation more efficient. And when your business operation is more efficient, it gives visibility to your business operation, and it also aids compliance. So the bottom line is that when you have automation embedded in your tool, it gives you a faster result. So basically, that's it.
All right. Thank you so much for that. Yeah. So Victor, automation, just like our facilitator said, that it's one of the areas that can help you look into getting that fast results that you need, right? Thank you so much for that question. So I think we can actually take, oh, wow, I think we have some sort of questions right here. Okay. So let's quickly just jump into some of them before we move to the next aspect of our webinar. All right. So Andrew said, what's the easiest way to convince the management on upgrading their finance systems? I think this is one of the basic situation, because at the top management level, I mean, you now need to, do some sort of presentation to, share the fact that, oh yeah, there's this modern technology, there's this modern way of approaching how finance really works, and then you now want to present to the management. So Andrew here is asking that what's the easiest way to actually convince the management on upgrading their finance system. So after this, we're going to take like, oh, we still have like two more. All right. So yeah. So I'll just throw that to you, sir.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. The easiest way to convince the management on upgrading our finance system, it's very easy when we look at it. Looking at what we've discussed so far, I can tell you for a fact that if you are in an organization that reflects the yesterday's finance and you want to move to the modern finance, looking at how tools assist your business operation in terms of how you can be more efficient without having to bring in more staff. So because a lot of employer also look at it from a cost perspective, and they also try to be cost optimization. So when you look at it from that angle, you can see that you need an accounting software. That's from an internal process. But when you look at it from a compliance or a regulatory process, we have policies from the government saying that now they have to start using e-invoicing. So if you don't move to the modern finance, there's no way you'll be compliant in that aspect. So that's also another part. So if you are to defend your point, you talk about how you can be efficient internally, you talk about how you can do more with a limited time. And by doing that, you talk about how the business have the opportunity to have real-time reporting and to aid decision making. That's from an internal point of view. Then you look at it from a regulatory or compliance point of view, how it is important that you need to comply with most of this regulatory. So if you are the type that you don't even use the modern tool, there's no way you won't be flagged. And you can know that that's a risk to the company. So that gives you concern. So when you combine the internal operational efficiency and you also look at it from a regulatory standpoint, it's enough reason for you to convince your management that you need to move from yesterday's finance to the modern finance.
Thank you so much for that, sir. I think that's just one of the strategic way of doing your presentation to the management, and then it's more than enough for them to actually make those strategic decisions at the top management level. All right. So yeah, I'm just quickly going to jump into that of the question from Adeyemo Oluwaseun. Thanks for joining once again. All right. So it says, thank you for joining this webinar. Oh, we appreciate that too. Yeah, my question is related to the aspect of risk and compliance. In what ways can modern finance tools actually strengthen compliance? Okay. Manage risk such as currency fluctuations and enhance the accuracy of financial reporting, particularly around the manufacturing industry. Yeah, so sir, what do you think about this? I think you've covered some aspect of it from the previous question asked, but I would just like you to shed more light on this question, sir.
Okay, so thank you for that. I would like us to look at it from, okay, maybe I'll just speak from the currency. Yeah, so you talk about the risks, how you can strengthen compliance, manage your risks, such as the currency fluctuation. Yeah, so when you have Zoho Books has a real-time exchange rate. So when you deal with customers or you deal with vendor with foreign currency, you have the exchange rate per day. Yeah, and for some of us that would like to close our books for the year, and you have different reasons why you like to close in terms of your foreign transaction, in terms of your cash balances, your accounts payables in dollar, your accounts receivable, and all. The system has a way of doing that where you can put in the exchange rate. It could be the CBN rate. You can close down with a particular rate. So the system has anything relating to the currency fixed. You don't have to get to think about what's today's rate, what do you need to do. The system automatically brings that rate to you. And if you also have a different opinion about the rate, you have the opportunity to also put in your rate. But if you like to work with the rate, and when you compare the rate with the CBN, you can see that this is the rate that you don't need to adjust. So it takes care of the FX part of it. And when it comes to the manufacturing industry, so Zoho Books is designed in a way that it's very flexible. It can accommodate all kinds of industry, be it in manufacturing and all. And I'm sure that by the time you book a section with us, we are going to talk deep in terms of the manufacturing industry, because we also need to have like a one-on-one session with you whereby we can understand your business operation, and with that we'll be able to come up with a solution as a partner to you. So Adeyemo Oluwaseun, I want to believe you'll be one of the people that will book a section with us so that we can talk more on that.
All right, thank you so much, Adeyemo Oluwaseun, for connecting with us and bringing in such perspective into today's session as well. Thank you so much. All right, so Stephen said, how can I get Zoho Books? All right, so the first step to take with respect to getting this application, and then for us to help you with streamlining all of these activities that we've mentioned earlier with respect to the first question you drop. So the first level is to have a conversation with you. We would like to engage you, would like to know about you, know about your business, what you do, and how to now come in with the financial tools. And it could actually even be beyond Zoho Book that you need. You get. So we are going to have that consultation with you, and then we're going to make this a priority. And please, Charles, we have your details, so please try as much as possible to expect our communication after this webinar, so that we can connect with you and understand your business, understand your peculiarities, and then give you the right solution that you need. Thank you so much for that. All right, so Bisola David said, if you want to partially automate our processes, all right, how do we decide which gaps to close at first without overwhelming the team? So Busola here is trying to ask, what should be like the first step to take? What's the first decision to make in terms of bringing in automation into their workflow and closing those gaps, so that there won't be much overwhelming scenarios when it comes to their finance. So, sir, I'm going to throw this to you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Busola. So I'll start with saying that when it comes to automation, so 100% automation might not be feasible, because I can tell you for a fact that there are some things that you cannot automate, there are some things you cannot automate. So the first step is to identify, what do you do currently that the system can do? What do you do that doesn't require an human effort? And this is how we come about what to be automated. So when we have a one-on-one section with you, where we understand your business operation, we look at it with you, and we see what are the things that you do in your department, what are the things you do currently, and can it be automated? So we identify what the system can automate and what you have to do. So in that way, we have to segregate your processes that can be automated, and that doesn't need much human intervention. And that's the way to start with how to determine what process should be automated. But I believe when we have these sessions with you and we talk about your business operation, we'll be able to come up with the end goal, which is the preferred solution to you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that, sir. All right, I think we have just one more question to go. So Ogechi right here is saying, what does implementation of the solution and ongoing support typically look like? like if a business doesn't have its own IT support?
Okay, thank you, Gichi, for that. So, how the implementation works is just like I've said initially, we try to understand your business operation. So, in Avetium, when we provide solution, we don't just give you the technology. So what we do is that we have the expertise. So we have the solution delivery team. We have a team that can understand what you do in your department. If you come from an angle of what you do in your finance, we have an internal support team that understand finance to the core, and we have the expertise in understanding your structure. So sometimes what we do is beyond just implementing what you bring to us. We also advise you, we also walk you through doing the right thing. So because we have the expertise, we have the people that understand what needs to be done, even in the finance space. So that's what support will be given to you. So we don't just say, oh, implement this. No, we walk you through and we guide you to do the right thing. And when it comes to support also, if you have been a finance person that is a user of ZooBooks, if you have issues even relating to the finance part, you can also come to us because we have the expertise and we have people that can walk you through providing such solution. Thank you.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much for your questions. We really appreciate how long and how far you have been able to go with us in today's session. Thank you for those of us that were able to drop questions. And I'm still going to say that if you have any other questions or concerns, some challenges with respect to your finance, and even as a business as a whole, you can definitely reach out to us. We have the right expertise, we have the right solution. We're going to help you to, streamline your operations with the right tools. We have the right expertise, and then we have the best set of people to help you with your efficiency. And then I feel workflow is one of the most important areas in businesses now. How processes are being done from one level to the other, state of approval, the state of applying for something, the state of pushing out a request, making a request, and then the state where someone has to make approvals, and then from approvals to another flow to the next level here and there. So that's what automation is all about. It brings ease when it comes to your workflow, and then we are extremely available to help you get all of these areas sorted. It goes beyond your finances. We just have the right tools to help you streamline your operations with respect to finance. And as for ongoing support too, yeah, just like our facilitators say, we don't just throw technology to people. We don't just throw technology at you. We don't throw it at problems. We try as much as possible to have, the first step of you getting solution to your problem is you identifying that particular gap, identifying that particular space, that's the area where you are really finding that challenge. You understand? So we try to understand it. And then from solution point of view, we understand, after understanding your situation, we then bring in the right tools. We tell you, oh yeah, this is the best tool that can help you get this problem solved at that point in time. And then you begin to experience efficiency in your work delivery. All right. So once more, I'm just going to say it for our facilitator. Thank you so much for joining this session, and for our attendees as well. Thank you for joining. So just a quick one before we call it a day. I would just like to walk you through our ecosystem. So Avetium Consults, we are a business technology solution and a business process outsourcing organization. We help you to provide cutting-edge tools, innovative tools that can help you speed up your operations, that can help you achieve efficiency. Avetium isn't just a solution provider. We are certified implementation partners for world-class platforms. The kind of partnership that we have with global institutions, with global organizations, will tell you that we are not just organization that just does things the way we like. You understand? So it's a lot of coordination. It takes a lot of expertise. It takes a lot of it takes a lot of expertise to actually make sure that we bring the right knowledge, the right methodology, and then experience to make sure we bring them into your business, and then ensure that all of these tools that we have been talking about, ensure that they truly work for you. So our OEMs and deployment partners, you can see on the screen. Zoho, we are the advanced partner of Zoho in Nigeria, the only advanced partner also in Nigeria. You understand? So this is to tell you that we are well versed when it comes to tools, your ERPs, your human resource management. You understand, your payroll, from your finance, every area of your finance, every area of your business, from finance to the HR, to the operations, to marketing, to sales. We have the right tools to bring together, and then having a single source of truth, you'll be able to generate your reports and then make proper decisions. You understand? So we are top partners with Zoho, Odusoft. We own a high level partnership with all of these OEMs that you're seeing on screen. Odusoft we provide you with the right call center application, with the right communication application that you can use to provide the right support to your customer. Same thing goes to Zendex, Cisco, as a platform for security and IT concerns. We have Sophos, Vim, and then MTN, Mobile, Airtel remains our deployment partners in terms of communication. We have Manage Engine to providing IT and security solutions to you. So these are our partners. And the next step is for you to actually connect with us. We have this offer for you as a free consultation. The first level is to understanding your problem, understanding the challenges that you're facing, the challenges that your business is facing. So we want to work with you. We want to connect with you. We want to associate with you. We want to partner with you. We want to help you transform your business from that point that you are right now to the highest level. This is just the right time and the best time for you to actually book a free consultation with us. It's definitely going to be a free consultation. We walk you through so many steps to understand, to analyze your needs, and then provide the right and best solution for you. This is a partnership. We want to grow with you. We want to connect with you, and then we want to do business with you. So you can contact us with the details that we have on the screen right now. Contact details on the screen right now. So we have the email address, info@avetiumconsult.com, for you to contact us if you'd like to send us a mail. And then if you'd like to explore more of our services, you can go to our website. You get a lot of details about what we do. And then you can even interact with us with our chat system on the website to equally know more on what we do, and then we can connect with you as well from that platform to get the right solution for you. As well, you can connect with us on our social media platforms. We're on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and then most importantly, our YouTube channel is very much available. Trust me, this session has been recorded, and then it will be made available to every one of us. At the end of the session, we're going to get them together and then share with you. All the assets of this presentation will be looked together and then share with you via email. All right. So if you would like to contact us, these are details. You can equally connect with us on our social media platforms. 24 hours, we are very much available for you to reach out to us. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us once again. Say thank you to our facilitator for a wonderful and insightful presentation. And I want to believe that your next decision right now is to reach out to us, and then let's get your challenges, let's get them sorted. All right, thank you so much for this session. Once again, it's good to have you. Trust me, connecting with us will help you transform your businesses. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.